project, Finding the Words, is for people living with dementia. What we've tried to create through this project, with the support and input from local artists and musicians and poets and dancers, is to ensure that people are able to access the arts in some way, but also are able to socialise and communicate with people around them through the particular art forms that we introduce in this project.
Applewood have 38 residents. We are a relatively small home compared to others. All the residents here have a level of dementia. We are a dementia residential home.
So this project uses poetry in the first instance, and then we take a couple of the poems and turn them into songs.
The poetry is made up from all the residents' words, their own words.
Take down people's words, the people with dementia, and turn it into poetry, and try and make sure that it's as close to their words as possible. So we're just getting this exact record of what they've said, and it creates a lot of interesting results. I can remember one of the first times I came back and fed back one of the poems to the group, there was this very vivid moment of someone just recognising themselves in the poem, and just that moment is always magical. Molly, who's my wonderful assistant, she's amazing. She takes down the notes in the session and tries to get what everyone says, and then I go away and I kind of chop it up a bit like found poetry. So it's very similar to that. So I take what they've said and I kind of chop it up and I try and put it in some kind of order. Each resident is kind of a stanza of their own, and it's from their perspective. So we move through and we get 3 lines from Audrey, and we get 3 lines from Nan, and then we get a stanza for Joan.
Everyone's so kind of unique and interesting, and the more you get to know the people you work with, and the more they talk about their lives, you get some really kind of special anecdotes from people. And I kind of think that's the bit I love hearing. And on top of that, seeing people react to the poetry when they see themselves in the words, there's something really satisfying knowing that they're getting the full enjoyment out of the piece you've made for them.
Through the process, I think it's better to just have a chat. I think that's what people, especially in this environment, want. They just want to be heard and want to be spoken to, and just feel that someone's listening.
We then went on to the music, where the guys doing the music would take 2 pieces of poetry and put lyrics to them, and also music.
My objective is to then take those poems and turn them into songs that reflect the nature of the poems, whilst at the same time I'm also trying to give a brief musical overview of memories and any sort of emotions that you can associate with music, mainly through listening to instrumental pieces such as Glenn Miller, Green Onions by Booker T and the MGs was a good one, a bit of classical music here and there, just anything that can sort of give an emotive feeling and therefore a memory associated with it. That's the objective of what I'm trying to get out of this. Using classical music as an example was mainly because it's so emotive without using any words. So the ability to sort of express an idea, for example Spring by Vivaldi, if you listen to it without knowing that it's called Spring, you still get the implication of spring because the music kind of works in that general theme. So I wanted to use music of that nature to try and strike up any kind of emotions or memories or anything like that could get a conversation stimulated. So the song that I have written so far for In Our Spare Time, that came about from reading the poem with the residents and sort of, and what came through very strongly for me was that it was a very nostalgic sort of, reminiscing about what they used to do in their spare time and their hobbies and such. So I wanted to really match the tone of that with the musical implications, whilst at the same time getting the residents to have a spoken word section for the vocals on top. And I feel like all of those things combined kind of reflects the nature of the poem.
And then we record 2 of those songs, and we use them for the final section, which is dance or movement.
We've been creating movements and dances to go along to those songs that they've created. We've been doing some work using props, just generally having a good time, getting moving and physically active, and just having fun and engaging with each other. Dance, the obvious one is physical benefits, so getting active, getting moving, also it has a huge impact on your mental well-being. It makes you feel better, getting up and getting moving. There's obviously the social aspect as well. And yeah, we've really been focusing on having lots of fun in these sessions.
What's come out of the whole of the project itself is how much the residents have interacted. When their 6 weeks have come to an end, they've been quite sad to leave and not see the residents, but they will be seeing them again when we go to the Forge at Anvil, and the residents themselves will be the ones on stage and we'll be the ones watching them.
And then we come to the Forge, which is our studio venue inside of the Anvil, for a showcase and celebration during Dementia Awareness Week in May. It's nice to just bring everybody into a space and remind them that it is here for them.
I like the music, yeah. Well, you forget so easily, and it all brings back a lovely time.
I enjoyed the project, very enjoyable. Get you to talk about things you've done in your life. Well, I like the poetry, and when they put it to music, I like the music because I've always liked dancing and music.
So for me, one of the real successes of this project has been the interaction between not only the groups, so the residents, but between them and the staff members, and also between them and the artists. Yeah, it's been a real privilege to sort of watch everyone come together, particularly at the showcase that we've had at the Anvil today.
So the participation in this project has been it's been wonderful to watch. The expressions on their face when they remember.
I think the main thing they kind of get out of it is the company, the coming in and the reminiscing and the getting to kind of bring that back up when the poem comes out and what that feels like. I think it's always kind of like it's just a nice process, and it's beautiful to see how they kind of react to it.
They've been engaging more and more every week, getting more physically active, engaging with each other more. There's a real sense of social interaction that has grown and developed with the group, and having lots of fun as well, particularly using props. You can see how much they enjoy it and are having a good time. I think it's really important to do things that feel good. And dance is one of those things.
Where this project has been so successful at Applewood, I do recommend that it is rolled out to other care homes within the area. My residents got so much out of it. I think other residents in other homes should be given that opportunity too.